Hey there, it's your favorite career break coach back again with the Career Break Success series where I'm tackling the 5 big fears that stop people from taking career breaks because I do not want that to be what happens to you. So today's video, and actually this week's theme, is going to be around uncertainty and managing uncertainty. So today's video, I'm going to give you this really simple tool I use with my clients to overcome fears and worries that hold them back and stop them from taking breaks, okay? It's really easy. It's just 3 simple steps. So let's dive in, okay? All right. First step, we have to acknowledge our fears and concerns and worries, right? We have to own them. We have to know what they are. We cannot even begin to address them if we don't know what they are, right? So step 1 of this tool is literally just making a list of all of your fears and concerns and worries around taking a career break. So when you think about why can't you take a break? What are all the reasons why it's just not for you or you don't think you can do it? These are things that go on that list. If you need a prompt, just complete this sentence. It's crazy for me to take a break because fill in the blank, okay? So go through, make a list, make it exhaustive, get it all out, okay? When you're done with that, we're ready for step 2. Step 2 is we're going to separate them. We're going to label them. So some of the things that you're worried about, we're going to label as a fear. So you could put an F by those. And the others we're going to label with a C for concern. It's really easy to tell the difference between the two. A fear is a really deep-rooted doomsday prediction that we're making, right? Like it feels like a doomsday scenario come to life, and it feels like we have these magical abilities to look into the future and know exactly how things are going to go. So as an example, if one of the things you wrote on your list is, I'm probably never going to find another job, that would be a fear. Did you hear the never? Doomsday. Never going to find another job, totally predicting an outcome. So that gets an F. Now, the others are going to be concerns. And concerns are easy to tell because they're just invitations for more information. So when you've got things on your list, worries on your list that are really around just not knowing, that's going to be a concern. So healthcare and health insurance is something I hear come up a lot. If I were to take a break, I would not even know what to do about health insurance. Okay, that's totally valid that you would have some stress about that or some anxiety because you don't know, but all it takes is more information, right? So we're going to put a C by that and label that as a concern, an invitation for more information. So we've acknowledged your fears, we've written them down, we've labeled them so we can discern and drop them into the fear bucket or the concern bucket, and now it's time for the last step, which is facing them so we can manage them, okay? So the reason we separated them is because we're going to face them a little bit differently. For all of the fears, we're going to ask ourselves one simple question. Do I absolutely know this to be true? Could you prove it in a court of law and convince all 12 members of the jury that you are right, that it's a fact? Spoiler alert, you probably can't. Most of these are a no, but you want to go through the exercise of asking yourself this question. So with the I'm never going to find another job, could I absolutely prove that to be true? I could not. I do not have magical powers. I cannot predict the future. I do not know, right? So I'd have to say, wow, okay, if it's not a fact, then what is it? It is a thought or a belief. And the good news is that you can actually choose to change that. You can upgrade your thought to something better, to something that doesn't feel so painful, right? So you could sort of take the middle ground and say, okay, if I take this break, probably gonna find another job, but it might not pay as much. My first job back might not pay as much. Doesn't mean it has to be your only job ever, right? But the first job you decide to take might not pay as much, or you might like it less, or maybe your commute will be longer. But let's be real, right? Like, the doomsday scenario is not even close to accurate. So maybe for you, like the middle ground of pragmatic, like this feels more true for me, but like walking it back, right, to a more neutral place. If you want to try to work towards a more positive thought, you could even go for, you know what, I'm totally going to come back and get a really great job. And it might mean that it takes me longer than I think it will, or it might mean that I take a small pay cut, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe I get paid more, but I believe that finding another job when I get back is not going to be a problem. It's going to be handled. I will figure it out, right? But you have permission to choose a new thought. Now, with the concerns, this is easy as well. You just need to go out and get more information. You can always start with Google, but in the case of the health insurance and healthcare and what do I do, you have resources at your disposal. You could ask your stylist, you could ask your accountant, you could ask your dentist, you could ask somebody who has gone through the experience of having health insurance that wasn't on an employer-sponsored plan, right? Ask them, what do you do? What did you do? How did you handle this? What are my options? You could find other people that have taken career breaks like myself and just ask us, like, what did you do? How did you handle this? Tell me all the things I need to know, right? Concerns shouldn't be things that stop you. Fear should not be things that stop you. One really requires you to own it and sort of admit that your worst case scenario is not at all like reality. And the other one is just an invitation for more information, right? So now you have this really awesome tool at your disposal to work through your fears and concerns, all the reasons why you think you can't take a break. I believe in you. I know you've got this. If you have questions about today's activity or questions in general, drop them in the comments. I am happy to answer them. And I'm excited to hear from you and to know like what's working and what you would maybe like to see more of. That would be great as well. But today, I think you've got it handled. You know now how to work through fears and concerns so you can stop using them as an excuse for why you can't take a break. See you in the next video.